So today I drew in my sketch pad. So I'm trying to be consistent in drawing each week and just to sharpen my artistic skills. So what I decided to do, just do like this little drawing of encouragement, I would say. Because I know this season of my life, I am trying to overcome some past disappointments and to keep my head up and to keep going. And I understand when life hits you, it really does hit you. And sometimes you do feel like you do have to just get in a corner and just cry all the time or just fall into this pit of self pity and doubt. But that's not how the best way to get over something. That you do have to face it and you do have to overcome it. So one thing that I'm just realized in my life that although I want certain things to go a certain way and I want things to work out the way that I feel that it should work out, it may not be the way that God wants for me. And I do have to understand that when He works things out, it is especially for my good, that it's going to bring the best out of me and that it's going to be good for me. And that's something that I have to keep at the forefront of my head. And the next thing also is to ask what's next. If one opportunity does not work out, does not mean the next opportunity won't work out. If one idea failed, does not mean the next idea is going to fail. Because, it's like, when we get into this train of thought when it comes to disappointment. We feel like everything is just going to fall apart. And we end up just lowering the expectations. And let me say this one thing about expectations. When you start just lowering those expectations, like your whole life, it's like it starts to just resemble that. If I said that word right, it starts to reflect that. Because if you think low, that's what you're going to just invite into your life. And for me, that's something that I have to just talk to myself about. Because just because something did not work out the way I wanted to, that does not mean my expectations were lower. That means it's gonna go even higher because I do want the best for my life and especially for my son. I do want to succeed in my life and I want to make sure that I accomplish everything that God puts in my heart. And that also means that at some point during that journey, I may face some fear, some doubt, some disappointment. But it does not mean that I just give up and just walk away. But it's just what it means that, hey, when opposition comes, I learn to rise above that. So I hate it when sometimes we feel like we just have to, when we're trying to expect, certain things in our life that we feel like we have to start at such a low level and then we just have to stay there. But that is not how we should think. That's not how we should conduct our lives because there is more out there for our lives. There is more that you can do, and you don't have to just stick to what you've been used to. You can overcome that. You can get past those certain things. Because yes, if you have heard my testimony before in this channel, yes, I am a single parent. And yes, there's certain things that I have faced as a single parent that I would not want any other young lady to go through. So that's why I'm very just on it, just sharing my testimony, sharing things that I experienced and making sure I share my story in a way that someone else can learn from and it won't go down the same path that I have. But I also want to be encouragement to other single mothers that, hey, I overcame in my life and you can too. So that's my little art story for today.